This video demonstrates how to compute NPV and IRR using TI-83 Plus and TI-84 Plus finance function. This is TI-84 Plus, which has the same finance function as TI-83 Plus. For example, a project has the following cash flows: year 0 negative 1,000, year 1 and year 2 300, year 3, year 4 and year 5 400. Suppose the cost of capital equal to 10%. And one way we can use is input year 1 through year 5 cash flow in the L list and then use NPV and IRR syntax. So we can look at the next slide. So we press stat STAT and then we choose number 1 edit, and then we can input year 1 through year 5 cash flow in the L1 list. So year 1 cash flow 300, enter. Year 2 cash flow 300, year 3 cash flow 400, year 4 cash flow 400, year 5 cash flow 400, and enter. And then after that, we press second quit to go back to the original screen. To compute the NPV, we press APP as apps and then choose number 1 finance and then choose number 7 NPV. In the NPV syntax, we need to input 3 numbers. The first number is cost of capital, 10%. 10% we just input 10. And then comma. And second number is CF0 negative 1,000. And comma. And third number is where we store the data from year 1 through year 5. So we store the year 1 through year 5 data in the L1 list. So we press second 1, which means L1, and then write parentheses, and then press enter. So it will show us the NPV equal to 342.76 if we run to 2 decimal places. To continue to compute the IRR, we press APP again. And then we choose number 1 finance. And then this time we need to arrow down the cursor to number 8. IRR. So when we see IRR, we press enter. And then in the IRR syntax, we need to input 2 numbers. The first number is CF0 negative 1,000, comma. The second number is L1, so press second 1, and the right parentheses, and then enter. So it will show us the IRR equal to 21.84% if we run to 2 decimal places. Another way we can use is input cash flows in one list and input the frequency of each cash flow in the other list. So we can look at the next slide. We already have the data in the L1 list, and now we need to clear it. So we press stat STAT and then choose number 4 clear list, and then press second 1, which means L1, and enter. So when we see done, which means the L1 list data have been cleared. And then we press stat and choose number 1 edit, and this time we input the cash flows in L1 list and then input the frequency of each cash flow in the L2 list. So L1 we input 300 first, enter, and then 400, enter. And then in the L2 list, we input the frequency of each cash flow. So this 300 occur for 2 consecutive years, year 1 and year 2. Therefore, the frequency of 300 equal to 2. So we input 2 and then enter. And 400 occur for 3 consecutive years, year 3, year 4, and year 5. Therefore, the frequency of this 400 equal to 3. We input 3 and enter. And then we press second quit to go back to original screen. To compute the NPV, again, apps, number 1 finance, number 7 NPV. So discount rate 10 first, comma, negative 1000 CF0, comma, cash flow list, second 1, which means L1, and frequency of cash flow list, L2, second 2, right parentheses, enter. So it will show us the same answer, NPV 342.76. To continue to compute IRR, again, apps, number 1 finance, and number 8 IRR. So first number CF0 negative 1000, comma, and the second one cash flow list, L1, and second 2, L2, which is the frequency of cash flow list, right parentheses, enter. So it will show us the same answer, 21.84%. So this method is useful if we deal with a project with high frequency of each cash flow. And again, we can clear our L1 and L2 list data. So stat number 4 clear list, and we can clear multiple lists at one time. So second 1, which means L1, comma, second 2, which means L2, and enter. And then done, which means L1 and L2 list data have been cleared. If we do not want to input the cash flow and frequency of each cash flow in the L list, we can do it one time in the syntax. We can look at the next slide. And then this time we can input the cash flow and frequency of each cash flow in the syntax at one time. So APV is number 1 finance, number 7 NPV. So discount rate 10, comma, negative 1000, comma, and then we use the curly bracket to input the cash flows. So second, left parentheses, left curly bracket, 300, the first stage cash flow, comma, 400, the second stage cash flow, and another curly bracket, second, right parentheses, so that's right curly bracket, comma, and another curly bracket to input the frequency of each cash flow. So 300 occur for 2 consecutive years, so the frequency equal to 2. 400 occurs for 3 consecutive years, the frequency equal to 3. And another curly bracket and the right parentheses and enter. So it will show us the same answer. And then to compute IRR, apps, number 1 finance, number 8 IRR, negative 1000, comma, curly bracket, 300, comma, 400, curly bracket, comma, curly bracket, 2, comma, 3, curly bracket, right parentheses, enter. So it will show us the same answer, IRR equal to 21.84%. This concludes the presentation. Hopefully, this presentation help you be familiar with the TI-83 Plus or TI-84 Plus NPV and IRR function.